everyone, have a nice day. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'll be discussing to you about solving equations transformable to quadratic equations involving rational equations. This is a grade 9 lesson for week 3 in the first quarter. Now we will consider the first example. Find the roots of 5x times quantity of x plus 2 equals 4. The given equation is not yet in standard form, so what are we going to do is we have to transform the equation into standard form. If you have watched my previous video on how to do this, I believe that you have enough knowledge on how to write the equation in standard form. So let's begin. So 5x times x, the answer is 5x squared. Next, 5x times 2, the answer is 10x. 4 will be transposed to the left side of the equation and it becomes negative 4 equals 0. The given equation now is already in standard form. The terms already arranged starting with quadratic term, the linear term, and the constant term. Now we are going to find the roots. In my previous videos, I have discussed 4 methods of finding the roots of a quadratic equation. Now this time we're going to inspect first the given equation. Okay, the given equation is not factorable, or meaning say it cannot be solved by factoring. So therefore we have to make use of the quadratic formula. But before we go on with quadratic formula, let's determine first the values of a, b, and c. So the value of a is 5 coming from the coefficient of the quadratic term. B is 10 coming from the coefficient of the linear term, and c is equal to negative 4 coming from the constant term. And our quadratic formula is x is equal to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now let's substitute. So we have negative 10 plus minus 10 squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 4 all over 2a. Now let's simplify further. Negative 10, just bring down, plus minus 10 squared, that is 10 times 10, so we have 100. Negative 4 times 5 is negative 20 times negative 4. The answer is 80. And the denominator part, you have 2 times 5, that is 10. Simplify further. So just copy negative 10 plus minus 100 plus 80, that is equal to 180. And the denominator, you have to copy 10. Now we are going to extract the square root of 180. But the square root of 180 is not an integer. So we have to factor out 180 where one of the factors is a perfect square. So we have, just bring down negative 10 plus minus 180 can be factored out as 36 times 5, where 36 is a perfect square. And just bring down the denominator 10. Next, get the square root of 36. The square root of 36 is 6. And just write 5 inside the radical sign. Now we have to simplify further. So negative 10 divided by 10, that is equal to negative 1. And plus minus 6 square root of 5 divided by 10. The answer is plus minus 3 square root of 5 over 5. Why is that so? So we just get the greatest common factor between the two, and the greatest common factor is 2. So 6 square root of 5 divided by 2, the answer is 3 square root of 5. And then also will be divided by 2, and the answer for that is 5. So the two values that we have are, first is negative 1 minus 3 square root of 5 over 5, and the other one is negative 1 plus 3 square root of 5 over 5. Okay, now we're going to check to verify if the values that we obtain are really the solution of the equation. When x is equal to -1 plus 3 square root of 5 over 5, copy first the original equation. 5x times quantity of x plus 2 equals 4. Now substitute x by this value, and the resulting equation will become 5 times quantity of -1 plus 3 square root of 5 over 5 times -1 plus 3 square root of 5 over 5 plus 2 equals 4. Now we have to check first if there are terms inside the parentheses that can be combined. So we have here -1 and 2. And then the rest of the terms, just copy. So -1 plus 2, the answer is 1. Just copy 5 times quantity of -1 plus 3 square root of 5, as well as bring the 3 square root of 5 and 4. Next, we have to multiply. So this time, multiply binomial by binomial before multiplying to 5. You can also multiply from left to right. So -1 times 1, the answer is -1. -1 times 3 square root of 5 over 5, the answer is -3 square root of 5 over 5. Next, 3 square root of 5 over 5 multiplied by 1, the answer is 3 square root of 5 over 5. Finally, multiply 3 square root of 5 over 5 by 3 square root of 5 over 5. The answer is 9 times 5 over 25, and bring down 4. Why we have 9 times 5 over 25? Okay, 3 times 3, that is equal to 9. And square root of 5 times square root of 5, that is 5. And 5 times 5, that is 25. Bring down 4. Now, we have to simplify further, but we can combine -3 square root of 5 over 5 plus 3 square root of 5 over 5, that is already 0. And what's left are 5 times quantity of -1 plus 9 over 5. Why we have here 9 over 5? Actually, this is the result for the simplified form for 9 times 5 over 25. Why we have 9 over 5? Because we can factor out 25 is 5 times 5. And we can cancel out one of the factors in the numerator of 5 and 5 in the denominator. That is why we have here 9 over 5. And of course, we have to bring down 4. Next, we have to add -1 and 9 over 5. We are adding an integer and a fraction. And to do that in the fastest way is to copy the denominator of the fraction, which is 5, and multiply -1 by 5. The answer is -5. Then just copy the numerator of the fraction part, which is 9. Bring down 5. 5 and bring down also 4. Next, combine -5 and 9, and of course the answer for that is 4. Then just bring down 5 and 5 in the denominator, as well as 4 from the right side of the equation. Multiply 5 times 4 over 5. The answer is 4 because you can cancel out 5 and 5. So if you have observed, we have now a balanced equation. 4 equals 4 when x is equal to -1 plus 3 square root of 5 over 5. Now we're going to check when x is equal to -1 minus 3 square root of 5 over 5. Same, copy the original equation. So 5x times quantity of x plus 2 equals 4. Next, substitute x by -1 minus 3 square root of 5. Combine -1 and 2, and the resulting equation will become 5 times quantity of -1 minus 3 square root of 5 times 1 minus 3 square root of 5 over 5 equals 4. Now let's multiply. So we have Negative 1 multiplied by 1, the answer is negative 1. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 3 square root of 5 over 5, and the answer is positive 3 square root of 5 over 5. Next, negative 3 square root of 5 over 5 multiplied by 1, and the answer is negative 3 square root of 5 over 5. Finally, negative 3 square root of 5 over 5 multiplied by negative 3 square root of 5 over 5, and the answer is 9 times 5 over 25. So same explanation with the first checking. So negative 3 times negative 3, the answer is 9, and square root of 5 times square root of 5, the answer is 5. 5 times 5 is 25, and bring down 4. Next, we have to combine 3 square root of 5 over 5 and negative 3 square root of 5 over 5, that is 0. So the terms that are left are 5 times quantity of negative 1 plus 9 over 5. Again, why we have 9 over 5, we factor out 25 as 5 times 5. And we can cancel out 5 in the numerator and 5 in the denominator. That is why we have here 9 over 5 and bring down 4. Next, we have to add negative 1 and 9 over 5. So just bring down 5. So the least common denominator is 5, and multiply negative 1 times 5. That is negative 5. Just copy the numerator 9 because we are here having cross multiplication. Then bring down 4. Combine negative 5 and 9, and the answer for that is 4. Just bring down 5 and 4. Multiply, so 5 times 4 over 5, that is equal to 4 equals 4. So if you have observed, we have also a true equation when x is equal to negative 1 minus 3 square root of 5 over 5. Therefore, the roots of 5x times quantity of x plus 2 equals 4 are negative 1 plus 3 square root of 5 over 5 and negative 1 minus 3 square root of 5 over 5. Now we will consider the second example. Find the roots of quantity of x plus 5 square plus quantity of x minus 2 square equals 37. The given equation is not yet in standard form. So we have to write first this one in standard form. We have to expand the binomial expression. So quantity of x plus 5 square, once we expand this one, the answer is a trinomial. So we have x times x. To get the first term, we have x squared. And to get the second term, that is equal to twice the product of the first term and the second term. So we have 2 times x, 2x times 5 is 10x. To get the third term, square the second term. So 5 times 5, that is 25. Now we have to expand also quantity of x minus 2 square. So the first term is the square of the first term. So x times x is x squared. The middle term is twice the product of the first and the second term. So 2 times x is 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. And the third term is the square of the second term. So quantity of negative 2 squared, that is negative 2 times negative 2, we have here 4. And bring down 37. Now we are going to remove the grouping symbols and combine terms that are similar. So we have x squared, 10x, 25, plus x squared, minus 4x, plus 4. 37 will be transposed to the left side of the equation, and it becomes negative 37 equals 0. Now we are going to combine terms that are similar. So we have x squared and x squared. The answer is 2x squared. Next, we can also combine 10x and negative 4x. The answer is 6x. Lastly, we have to combine the constant terms. So we have 25 plus 4 is 29 minus 37. The answer is negative 8 equals 0. If you have observed, the given equation is already in the standard form. 2x squared plus 6x minus 8 equals 0. Now we can solve now the roots of this equation. Okay, let's try to inspect if the equation can be solved by factoring, because factoring is the easiest method in solving quadratic equation. Okay, the given equation is factorable. Now we are going to factor it out. Remember that the value of our a here is not equal to 1. So the factors of 2x squared are 2x and x. 2x times x, the answer is 2x squared. Now we are going to factor out negative 8, but remember that the product of the inner terms and the outer terms will give a sum of positive 6x. So, negative 2 times 4, the answer is negative 8. But we have to check by multiplying the inner terms first. So, negative 2 times x, the answer is negative 2x. Next, we have also to multiply 2x and 4, the outer terms. The answer is 8x. After that, we have to add negative 2x plus 8x. Of course, the answer is 6x. The question is the middle term equal to 6x? Yes, the middle term is equal to 6x. So therefore, the pair of our factors is correct. So next, we have to equate its factor with 0. So 2x minus 2 equals 0 and x plus 4 equals 0. So to solve for x, negative 2 will be transposed to the right side, so it becomes positive 2. And to solve for x, divide both sides by 2. So 2x divided by 2, that's only x, and 2 divided by 2, the answer is 1. So we have now the first value of x. And for the second value of x, we have here x plus 4. 4 will be transposed to the right side and it becomes negative 4. So the second value of x is negative 4. Now, let's check to verify if the values that we obtain are really the solution of the equation. So first, when x is equal to 1, copy first the given equation. Next, substitute x by 1. So quantity of 1 plus 5 squared plus quantity of 1 minus 2 squared equals 37. We have to combine first the terms inside the parentheses. So 1 plus quantity of 1 plus 5 square 1 plus 5, that is equal to 6. Do not forget to copy the exponent 2 outside the parentheses. And 1 minus 2, that is negative 1, and raised to the power of 2 equals 37. 6 square, that is equal to 36. And quantity of negative 1 square is 1 equals 37. Combine 36 plus 1. Of course, the answer is 37. If you have observed, we have a true equation when x is equal to 1. Now, we have also to check when x is equal to negative 4. So, same process, we have to write first the original equation. Now, let's substitute x by negative 4. We have quantity of negative 4 plus 5 square plus quantity of negative 4 minus 2 square equals 37. So, negative 4 plus 5, that is 1 square, plus quantity of negative 4 minus 2, that is negative 6, and then you copy the exponent 2, then equate that with 37. 1 square is, of course, 1. Quantity of negative 6 square, that is 36. Bring down 37. Of course, 1 plus 36, the answer is 37. Bring down 37. So if we have observed, we have also a true equation when x is equal to negative 4. Therefore, the roots of quantity of x plus 5 square plus quantity of x minus 2 square equals 37 are 1 and negative 4. Now we will consider the third example. Find the roots of x plus 6 over x equals negative 5. If you have observed, the given equation is already a rational equation. Rational equation is an equation containing at least one fraction whose numerator and denominator are polynomials. So how are we going to solve a rational equation? First, we have to find the least common denominator. And for this example, our least common denominator is x. Why we have x? The denominator of x in negative 5 is only 1, and the denominator of 6 over x is x. So therefore, our least common denominator is x. What shall we do with the least common denominator? Next, multiply both sides of the equation by x. So we have x times x. The answer is x squared. X times 6 over x. The answer is 6 because we can cancel out x and x. Negative 5 times x. The answer is negative 5x. Next, we have to transform this one into the standard form. Negative 5x will be transposed to the left side, so that becomes 5x. If you have observed, we are not yet in standard form because the terms are not yet arranged. So we're going to arrange the term. So we have x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. This is now the standard form. Next, we have to solve the roots of the given equation. Now we will try to inspect if the given equation can be solved by factoring, because factoring is the simplest and the fastest way to solve the roots, provided the given equation is factorable. Okay, so the given equation can be solved by factoring. Factors of 6 are 3 and 2. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. But once we add 3 plus 2, the answer is 5. And of course, x times x, the answer is x squared. So equate its factor with 0 and solve for x. So here, positive 3 transpose to the right side becomes negative 3. So the first value of x is negative 3. And the other one, x plus 2, transpose 2, it becomes negative 2. The second value of x. Now we are going to check to verify if our answers are really the solution of the given equation. When x is equal to negative 3, copy first the equation. Next, substitute. So x will be substituted by negative 3. So we have negative 3 plus 6 over negative 3 equals negative 5. So copy negative 3. 6 divided by negative 3, the answer is negative 2 equals, bring down negative 5. Negative 3 plus negative 2, the answer is negative 5. Of course, bring down negative 5. If you have observed, we have a true equation when x is equal to negative 3. Now, when x is equal to negative 2, same, copy the equation and substitute the value of x by negative 2. So negative 2 plus 6 divided by negative 2 equals negative 5. So copy negative 2 plus 6 divided by negative 2. The answer is negative 3 equals negative 5. Combine negative 2 plus negative 3. The answer is negative 5. Bring down negative 5. If you have observed, we have also a true equation when x is equal to negative 2. Therefore, the roots of x plus 6 over x equals negative 5 are negative 2 and negative 3. Hopefully you learned something for today's video. Before I end, let me share to you one of the verses from the Bible. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Proverbs 15 verse 3. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you learned something, and if you learned something, don't forget to like or comment, and if you have questions regarding the video, just write it in the comment box. Kindly share to other students for them to learn or master the lesson. And please don't forget to subscribe to be updated for more math lesson videos and turn on the bell for notifications. That's all for today, and God bless you all.